Round 10 in the F1 calendar takes us to Canada, a street circuit, but historically it has given us some great racing. In moments like last year when Max and George got the same qualifying time and Albon's double overtake. In 2011, when Button did 6 pit stops and at one point was last on the grid and still won in the longest F1 race. 2019, when we had that Vettel scandal. Still can't believe how robbed he was. But no more yapping. Now onto my race predictions and starting at number 10. I have Fernando Alonso. Finally scoring points in Spain, I think Fernando will score a point again in Canada. At number 9, I have Carlos Sainz. Carlos hasn't had the electrifying start to Williams we all expected, but Williams always seemed to do well at Canada, so some simple points for him. Next at number 8, I have Kimi Antonelli. Kimi didn't score a single point in the last triple header, but I believe Kimi has what it takes as long as his engine doesn't explode. At number 7, I have Lewis Hamilton. Historically, Lewis has been great at Canada, but his Ferrari start hasn't been amazing, but I still believe Lewis had what it takes to win races if that Ferrari gets competitive enough. At number 6, I have George Russell. George had an amazing start of the season, but since Imola, he hasn't been able to see much success, and that Mercedes doesn't seem all that too good anymore. At number 5, I have Charles Leclerc. Charles has been on really good form recently with 2 podiums in the last 2 races, but I think that comes to an end in Canada. At number 4, I have Oscar Piastri. As the championship leader, Oscar has to stay consistent and reliable. With an amazing win in Spain, he boosts the point gap to 10 points, but I just don't see him performing all too well here for some reason. This is more of a gut feeling. At number 3, I have Alex Albon. This is definitely biased opinion, but I feel like Williams will get a podium, and Alex has shown how well he can do at Canada in the past, and if not here, then at Netherlands. But we will get Alex on the podium this season. At number 2, I have Lando Norris. Lando will shrink that championship fight down today, but not overtake Oscar, as I think Norris will get pole, but not the win. And in first place, I have Max Verstappen. Max is just good around Canada, and every time Max wins, it seems to be after a McLaren 1-2. Now for my random prediction. I predict Albon will be leading the race at one point. That was my weekend prediction. I always like this track as it brings great racing, so I'm excited to see what will happen. And I know you will all say I'm a Formula Duck copy, and you bet I am.